is Shiv, and I'm a part of the Tutor Nirvana organization. Today we're going to be going over the Pythagorean theorem. So let's say we were given the side lengths of this triangle over here. Let's say we were told that the side length of side A on this triangle is 3 inches. The side length of side B is 4 inches. And we did not know what the side length of side C was. Well, we'd be able to use the Pythagorean theorem to find out the missing side length of the triangle, which in this case is C. So the Pythagorean theorem is actually an equation, and that equation is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I'd highly recommend that you memorize this equation, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because you're going to be using it for most of your math career, and it's an extremely important equation. So we'll be able to plug in a, the side length of a, which is 3 inches, the side length of b, which is 4 inches, into this equation right here, into a and b. Because we know that a right here is equal to 3 inches, or 3, and that b right here is equal to 4. So let's plug these numbers into the equation. A is 3 inches, so we're going to make that 3 squared. And b is 4 inches, so we're going to make that 4 squared. Since we don't know what the side length of side C is, we're going to keep it as c squared for the time being. So now we have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. And we can simplify this down to 9, since 3 squared is 9, plus 16, since 4 squared is 16, equals c squared. And 9 plus 16 is 25. So now we have that 25 equals c squared. Because we plugged in 3 as a, because the side length of a is 3 inches, so we plugged this number in, so to make it 3 squared, and we also plugged in b as 4 inches to make this 4 squared. And we kept c as it is because we still don't know what the side length of side C is. And we simplified this down till we got 25 is equal to c squared. So this side right here, c squared, is equal to the number 25. And to get our c, we're going to have to square root 25. And that will give us c. So we know that the square root of 25 is equal to 5, because 5 times 5 is equal to 25, so the square root of 25 is equal to 5. Therefore, C is 5 inches. So that's basically what the Pythagorean theorem is all about. We are able to use our knowledge of that we know what these side lengths are to plug them into the equation and to find out what the missing side length is, because we know that the missing side length is the square root of 25 and the missing side length is 5. So that's what the Pythagorean theorem, that's how you use it, and that is how you're going to find the missing side lengths of the triangle. So let's say we were given a different problem, but in this problem, we knew what the side length of side C was, and side B was the missing side length. So we were given the side lengths of side A and side C. We were trying to find the side length of side B. We'd still be using the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. But we'd be plugging in different numbers. We'd be plugging in a and c for their side lengths and keeping b squared as a variable. So let's assign side lengths to side A and side C. Let's say side A is 6 inches and side C is 10 inches. And we don't know what the side length of side B is. So we'd still plug in our numbers for our variables. We know that A is 6 inches, so we plug in a squared as 6 squared. We'd keep b squared as it is because we don't know what b squared is yet. And we know that c is 10 inches, so we'd plug in c squared as 10 squared. So now we have 6 squared plus b squared equals 10 squared. And we can bring that down even further to 36 plus b squared equals 100. So now it's simplified down even further. So what we can do is that we can subtract 36 from the left side of the equation to get b squared on its own. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure to go and watch a how to solve equations video. So we can subtract 36 from this side to get b squared on its own, and whatever we do on one side we have to do on another side. So we do 100 minus 36, and 100 minus 36 would be 64. So now we have b squared, or this side number squared, is equal to 64. And we're gonna have to square root 64 so that we can get b on its own. Because we know that b squared square rooted is the same thing as b. So therefore 64 square rooted is the same thing as b. And 64 square rooted is 8. So therefore b equals 8. So we were able to use the Pythagorean theorem again to solve the missing side length, but in this case it wasn't c that was missing, it was b. So we'd still use the same method, except we'd be plugging in a and c instead of a and b. So if you're given, let's say a is missing rather than c, or a variable you're unfamiliar with is missing, don't get confused. It's the same thing. You're just plugging in different numbers for each new problem. And let's say you were given a triangle right here, and they only gave you the sides. They only gave you 6 and 8. How would you know which one is A, which one is B, and which one is C? So side C, in this case, is the longest side. So side C is always going to be the longest side of the triangle. So we can see that in this triangle right here, the longest side is this one, this question mark, the side that we don't know yet that we're solving for. That is the longest side. So we know that is going to be side C, or in other words, the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of a triangle. So we'll be able to use our knowledge that the longest side of a triangle is the hypotenuse, or also side C, to be able to figure out which side is A, which side is B, and which side is C. So A and B are interchangeable. This could be A, this could be B, or this could be B, and this could be A. It doesn't matter which sides are A and B, it only matters which side are C. So once you know that the longest side, once you see the longest side and you know that that longest side is going to be the C, then the other two sides, it doesn't matter which one you choose to be A and which one you choose to be B. So no matter what problem that's given to you, you should be able to use the Pythagorean theorem right here to find the missing side length of a triangle anyway. So that's basically what the main purpose of the Pythagorean theorem is, to find the missing side length of a triangle. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.